Attachment styles refers to the pattern of bonding and emotional connection developed in early childhood. These patterns influence how people relate to others throughout their lives. British psychologist John Bowlby originally developed attachment theory in the mid-20th century. Later, Mary Ainsworth explained this theory through her research, particularly the strange situation study, which identified different attachment styles in children. Now, there are 4 different attachment styles. The first one is a secure attachment. People with a secure attachment style typically have had caregivers who were consistently responsive and sensitive to their needs. These caregivers provided a reliable source of comfort and support. As a result, securely attached people tend to feel confident and trusting in relationships. They find it easier to seek and accept help and support from others. In adult relationships, in particular, those with a secure attachment are comfortable with intimacy and independence. They can balance closeness and autonomy effectively. They generally have a healthier, more satisfying relationship and are better at managing stress and resolving conflicts. Next, you have an anxious preoccupied attachment. Anxious preoccupied attachment, also known as anxious attachment, often develops when caregivers are inconsistently responsive. Sometimes the caregiver meets the child's needs, while other times they do not. This unpredictability leads to anxiety about whether their needs will be met. People with an anxious preoccupied attachment tend to seek high levels of intimacy, approval, and responsiveness from others. They may feel insecure about their relationships, often worrying that their partner does not reciprocate their feelings. This can result in behaviors such as clinginess, seeking constant reassurance, and being overly dependent on their partner. Next, you have a dismissive avoidant attachment. A dismissive avoidant attachment or avoidant attachment usually forms in response to caregivers who are emotionally unavailable or unresponsive. These caregivers may have discouraged the expressions of emotions or consistently failed to meet the child's emotional needs. People with a dismissive avoidant attachment style often value independence and self-reliance. They may suppress their emotions and avoid close relationships to maintain a sense of autonomy. In adulthood, they can be distant and may struggle with intimacy. Even though they appear self-sufficient, this attachment often stems from an underlying fear of dependence and potential rejection. Then you have a fearful avoidant attachment. Fearful avoidant attachment, also known as disorganized attachment, arises from caregivers who exhibit erratic or unpredictable behavior. These caregivers may alternate between being supportive and neglectful or abusive. Such inconsistency can make it difficult for a child to develop a coherent attachment strategy. Adults with a fearful avoidant attachment style often desire intimacy, but are afraid of it. They may have experienced significant traumas or loss, leading to a conflicted view of relationships. As a result, they avoid close emotional connections, fearing both the abandonment and the potential harm that intimacy may bring. This creates a push-pull dynamic in relationships, characterized by a sudden shift between closeness and withdrawal. The impact on relationships. Attachment styles heavily influence how people behave in romantic relationships, friendships, and even professional interactions. Securely attached people generally have more stable and satisfying relationships, while insecure attachment styles can lead to challenges. Changing attachment styles. Although attachment styles are typically established in early childhood, they are not fixed. People can alter their attachment style through introspection, therapy, and forming secure relationships in adulthood. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and other therapeutic approaches can help people to recognize and modify maladaptive patterns. Building awareness of one's attachment style and understanding its impact on relationships can foster healthier and more satisfying connections. So in conclusion, attachment styles play a crucial role in shaping how people approach and maintain relationships. Understanding these styles can provide valuable insights into a person's behavior and emotions. With effort and support, it is possible to develop a more secure attachment style, leading to more fulfilling and stable relationships.